everybody. We can start with questions. Obviously, LSU is unbeaten and undefeated for a reason. They're an extremely talented basketball team and extremely well coached. Both one-on-one players and team basketball play both ends of the floor, and they're going to continue to be an incredibly difficult team to beat for the remainder of the season. But I was, you don't want consolation prizes, but I've challenged our young team in how we compete for 40 minutes. And I thought we competed harder than we did against Ole Miss for a longer period of time. Like I said, we have two very young guards, and I was pleased with the progress that they made. Still too many turnovers, but really pleased with the progress that they made in the last 3 days from Ole Miss till today. Just in how they see the floor, see the game, and their willingness and desire to work to get where we want them to be, and their desire to watch film and learn.
Kelly, the first time out, quick 7-0 run. I mean, as you give a message to your team, you don't have to tell us what it is, or you can, but, I mean, just their response from maybe earlier this year to now, that response coming out of that first time out, teams seem to be energized and maybe a little bit more refocused based on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the fourth largest crowd in Florida women's basketball history, so thanks to everybody that was able to come out and support us today. But you can say it as a coach as many times as you want, but until you feel it as a student athlete, you don't ever really know. And so the conversation was just, okay, you felt it, this is how it's going to be, right? Now take a deep breath, reset, and let's play our game. And I was really pleased with how we responded.
Hannah Mack, Chomp Talk. Liv, again, 18 out of her 20 games she's had in double digits. It seems that no stage is really too big for her. Just what have you seen as she's progressed throughout the season? Is she just going to each game with the same amount of confidence over and over? And just how important is it to have someone like that on the court?
Yeah, it's incredible. I was talking to our staff and really challenged them to find another freshman in Power 4 basketball that has the responsibility that she has for our team. I can't think of one. Michaela Blakes plays alongside Ayanna Moore. Ayanna Moore is an extremely talented, experienced lead guard. Layla has worked her way into that position. I'm really proud of her mental toughness and her mentality, which allows her to be able to play the primary position as well as off ball. But between Kenza, Liv, and Layla, we asked them to do a lot, and then we're able to move Jariah around as well. And so it's just, it's a challenge, but she's risen to the challenge every single time. Nobody's harder on her than she is on herself. And just evaluating film, understanding the reads, and understanding the speed and the pace of the game at the college level.
Hi, Coach Amanda with the Alligator. Tonight you guys seemed at the beginning of every quarter to let LSU kind of get away with the lead. What do you think happened there, and how will you improve that going forward?
It's just I really think it's an experience thing. It's a feel thing. You have to make adjustments in game as players on the floor, and we have to make adjustments in game as coaches, right? And so, last game we talked about Sierra, 0 at Ole Miss. She had a hell of a game. We weren't able to adjust as quickly as needed to her three-point shot making. We have to be able to do and understand and know those things on the floor in real time. That comes with conversation. That comes with understanding the opponent, right? And then just understanding the flow of the game as a whole.
Miara had a rough game in front of her dad. What advice have you given her to keep her going?
I actually thought Miara played well. I'm really pleased with where she's at. I'm really proud of her. She has worked tirelessly. Again, I would challenge you to find somebody that's 6'5" as a freshman that can play the 2 through the 5. If you can find who that is in this country and tell me that they're better than her, hats off to you, but you won't find it. She has been extremely consistent in the work that she's put in. She is running her own race and outliving her own process. I think she's made tremendous strides in knowing where she's supposed to be on the court, how she can find her gaps, what her advantages are on both ends of the floor. She's extremely focused, coachable, and her work ethic is something that really is able to set her apart and allowed her to grow over the course of the season. So I was proud of her mentality tonight. I know she was frustrated with the fouls. Her, Lex Gassett, we got to play through those fouls. We can't just sit down because we have 3 fouls, 4 fouls, whatever that might be. But I don't think that a month and a half ago she would have performed like she did tonight. And the best is yet to come for her, and we're excited for what that's going to look like.
So Kelly, how do you go about balancing building on, because like Kim Mulkey was saying, it was a battle for a while on that aspect, with like the fourth quarter kind of getting away from you. How do you balance that with coaching, and which do you emphasize?
Yeah, for us, it's a lot of teaching, and it's understanding the value of every single possession. At Ole Miss, it was about a minute and a half stretch. 3 turnovers back to back to back resulted in 9 points for them. So now that swing is just too much, right? And so understanding what that momentum in the game pace feels like, and then, like I said, on the defensive end of the floor, they have a lot of experience in Michaela Williams and Flau'jae Johnson. I think she's a tremendous leader. And so now you get out and you get a tip on a ball at the top of the key, and now you get run-out layups. Those are momentum shifters, right? And so us understanding at the very least, so we want to push the pace, but those quick shots, if they're not going, so you got to push the pace and settle. And really work to get the uncontested shot that we want. I was quite shocked that we shot 23% in the second quarter, and we're down 4 at half. I thought our defensive and offensive rebounding effort was exceptional. I think they're the number 2 rebounding team in the country, so to out-rebound them was huge for us. And we haven't gone into every game every night with that kind of effort, so we hope to build on that.
But as a coach, do you insist on everything, or do you lean into one or the other?
Both. I think you kind of have to do a lot of everything all at the same time. And then back to your question, just understanding what each student athlete can handle, how to push them at their own pace, and how to help them build their game so our team can help build our game so that we can be the best that we can be. And really, I think you saw a lot of young talent on the floor tonight. I thought Shea did an exceptionally good job of battling down low. They have some big bigs. I thought she held her composure beautifully. And Kenza came in and she was 1 for 7, but her mentality was sharp. Her mentality was great. And that's how it has to be every single night to win in this league.
Anything else? Going back to Miara, what role do you see her playing in the rest of the season? And how do you see her?
A huge role. I think, all 4 of our forwards are extremely versatile. I thought Ernie played probably one of her better games of the season tonight. They're so versatile, and we're able to move Miara around to different positions offensively and defensively. She's a really good 3-point shooter. I always joke with her, she's not a shot taker, she's a shot maker. We haven't seen that translate to the game just yet, but in due time, when it does, it's going to be really scary because now you're going to pull that 5 out or that 4 out, which is going to open up the driving lanes for our guards. But I see her being consistent. She's extremely bought in, and she's really driven, and I see it really paying off for her in a huge way. Thank you, guys.